5.
All of them.
At least one to have sex with.
At least one.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Rape the
1.
evidence in the
Wildly Uninteresting Podcast, episode 85, baby.
5.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
So when we hit 100, do we get syndicated?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
Is
like
there a podcast community we can write to and be like, hey, we want our paychecks. We haven't received any paychecks.
Not
even
one.
asking for a job. Where are my paychecks? What is that?
I get paid for being me.
You've seen our body of work. Give us the money.
I always wonder that, though. I would be like that guy off The Office and be like, I'm not monetizing until I'm just like super famous.
Yeah.
Until I'm in the billions. That's
Which
when
one
I'll
is that?
monetize.
Ryan. He's the temp.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love Ryan.
He's such a douchebag. Of course you do.
It's always like, though, that's not just in The Office. There's always somebody that you work with in any job that's like, this is just a in-between job for me because I'm going to the top.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's always going to the fucking top. I've realized there's a very select few of people that reach the quote-unquote top.
Roughly
right?
1%.
Yeah.
If everybody's up there, it's a plateau.
There's no
Come be
way
mediocre.
that like everybody can, if working hard enough, you'll get there. That's not a thing. I've realized that that's not a thing because you can still. There's a lot of people that kill it, and they're really like good actors or whatever, and they don't even make it. You know why? Because it's also about opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's just part of it.
This is all a part of that luck
Opportunity.
and a lot of things.
Timing, networking,
That's too much.
being in the right place at the right time.
If it took that much to start an electrical company, best believe I wouldn't be a company owner right now.
Electrical company.
You know what I mean?
It's like the white guy equivalent of like a nail salon.
Yeah. Smell like trade. But we have less Asians in our
Yeah.
nail salon.
Almost none.
Almost none Asians.
Is it even a nail
Non-Asians.
salon?
I thought it was an electrical company.
No, man. But
a front.
welcome to episode 85, man. Welcome back if you're a viewer from the past.
What up, past?
Like you're a time traveler.
That's what I was going to say.
No, but welcome back. I'm glad that the whole election things are coming to a close so that we can stop seeing it on TV.
It's going to take a month.
You think it'll still take a while for
I figured
people
it would
to
take
stop?
like 8 or 9 months.
I'm just ready for it. Yeah, but you realize, like, with the protests that happened right before that, like, how much the media drives this shit in your throat. We drove downtown today, and, like, there's nobody down there protesting anymore. All that is blown over because now there's something else to talk about. There's no coverage going on except for, like, sporadic stuff. You know what I mean? So, things like this is how they happen. The media blows the shit up and shove it in your face a lot, and then it just slowly peters out. You know what I mean? Like, they have a good way. I think the system, if you will, has a good way about like softening that edge when we're fucking making change, but really you're not. It looks like that on the media,
Right.
But you're not.
Yeah.
We're back into the same thing. Like nothing. I don't feel like has changed. Do you feel like anything has changed?
No, nothing.
I feel like
They
everybody's just
got rid of no-knock warrants.
Yeah, I think that's the bit. I'm truly happy about that. Like even like I told her that, sitting in the living room. If you walked into anybody's home in America,
Right.
technically you'd probably be able to lock them up and take them to jail. They have something of illegal, if you will. I guarantee it. Maybe not everybody, but a vast majority. Yeah. I feel like if anybody got busted in on, but I don't feel like they should do that. Like, I don't think they should be allowed to do that. You know what I mean? Because you pay for this area that is your own and private.
Yeah.
Like, you don't belong here, cop.
So much so, in fact, that if we feel that you're trying to impose on our property and we're in danger, we can kill you over it.
Yeah. Better have a good lawyer, but yeah.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
And you better make sure they're facing you.
Yeah, for real.
Don't shoot them in the back. because you're at fault.
You had to just
Learn that the hard way.
go
Yeah.
around to their front and then just blow like a fat chunk out of them, so it's like, well, did I go on the front or back? Clearly the front.
Yes.
Look at that meat, it's going backwards.
If you do shoot them in the back, I guess you better like roll them over and then shoot them in the front, so that when they come up, you're like, the first shot was in the front. Then he like turned on me from the blast.
In the middle of me already like, shooting again.
The next one, yeah.
And
See how
I
that
got
worked
him in the back.
I should be a lawyer for sure. I watched enough Law and Order.
Goodness.
Without that song, that little dun dun, like, would you be able to think properly?
I don't think so, man. Doesn't it come with it?
Sarah, play my sound. Dun, dun. Cue it up. Ready to lawyer. I'm ready to lawyer.
Damn, we need one of these that makes that sound.
Oh, done, dude.
Yeah.
Instead of
you.
slapping the desk to like object, you just dun dun, and you go into attack lawyer mode.
Yeah, man. It's like getting jacked up in the gym with like music. If you don't have the music, it's not the same.
No, it's
It'd be
just
the
terrible.
same. Can you imagine a bunch of lawyers doing that beforehand? Would be jacked.
They would all have one of these and have something on it, and that would be awesome.
Dun, dun.
I might even just have music. Why not? Roman Reigns entrance music.
Oh yeah. That's yeah, man.
Yeah, it makes me happy. I'm
do
glad
like-
that we both went with wrestling, though.
Yeah, but anything been going on with the band? I know that you are back in full swing. No.
No, we didn't. We're practicing tomorrow, but
Are they still trying to because I thought it was a great idea to begin with, but are they still doing like internet show or like live stream shows now?
I feel like we're doing one next month.
Really?
Maybe.
We had talked to Jasper, and he come up with an idea of possibly trying to like intermingle a podcast with a live show of like introducing his music, which I thought was like fantastic.
I know.
That's a great idea if we could really work that out.
And then have your rap friends over.
Yeah, dude.
Have their shit in between.
Yeah,
and
man.
Collaborate or whatnot.
That'd be a weird kind of setup. But it'd
First
be
song
awesome.
is the guest. Second song is the host. Third song is the collaboration.
Ooh.
Should definitely have like a 3-hour special. You could even like break it up if you wanted into like episodes and stuff. But have just a 3-hour session.
That's that might have to be a part of that 24-hour show that the 24-hour live stream that we do.
I
Yeah.
guess that'll have to be the 100th episode.
Ooh, shit! I better get on my
Or
on
the
my game.
108th. I don't know.
That's so soon. I have to like mentally prep myself to
Yeah.
stay awake for
I know.
24 hours. I'm going to need way more than
if we
2
had
weeks.
decided like
Or 15 episodes,
in the
rather.
third episode or whatever, that we were gonna
Oh,
do the 100th,
yeah.
it would be like, okay, yeah, let's look forward to that. Let's hype that
No,
up.
we never.
But this soon, it's like, fuck, man,
Yeah.
it's never gonna come. Oh shit, it's approaching. Ooh, it's
It's
approaching.
I got a question for
Incredibly
you.
close.
Now that we're all over the age of 30, right? When is the last time that you stayed up for an entire 24-hour period?
I do it every week.
Oh no, you do it on like every week on Friday. I forgot
He's a
about that.
lunatic. I
Yeah,
don't think
dude.
I've done it since my 20s.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
I
rem-
don't.
That's I remember staying up a few times, like going to Florida, where I would we drove down in like the middle of the night,
Yeah.
and then I stayed up for 24. But I was not us, but so it was before that. So I was in my, of course, I was in my 20s. I'm not like
Well,
40 right now or nothing. But
I guess actually, yeah, it is a little bit different, isn't it?
yeah,
When I was working at CBH, there were times that I was close to 24 hours because, say it's a Friday. If I get up at 4 a.m. and we stay up late and I don't go bed until 4 a.m.,
go bed.
go bed.
Go bed.
I don't know what happened to 2.
My brain was trying to put it in there. It's like she said it. She said, "Go to
I
bed."
thought it just
Yeah.
didn't come out with the rest
I
of the
was like,
words.
no, let's go back.
Hey, it's crazy how our brains would do that. Like it fits the whatever was supposed to be corrected to do that for most things. I was fucking weirded out to learn that the center of your vision, like because your eyes are constantly moving, the center of your vision.
Yeah.
If you were to look into the eyeball, it's actually blank. Like there's a blank spot. There's no cones or anything. It doesn't do anything. But what the brain does with that clear open spot is it fills in the blanks. because your eyes are always moving. They're not ever staying still. They're always moving just a little bit.
Yeah.
That spot that's actually blank, your brain makes up. It just fills in the gaps from what you saw prior to. And I think that's probably what it's doing when you hear somebody really screwed up. Yeah. Your brain is probably doing that. So, or if you hear somebody say something that you were just thinking, you probably just thought it. They probably didn't say it because your brain's just making that into context.
Well, and when I was going to text you about Supernatural, I never did it, but I thought that I did.
It's because I feel like, your brain is always in that, like, it needs to have a ritual or a pattern to stick with.
Yeah.
And that's it. But I thought that was crazy to learn that that there's a spot that they're constantly moving. You're never looking, like, it looks like I'm sitting still, but it's not. Like my eyes are, they wobble,
I wonder if there was a time when we, that blank spot, if there was actually something there and we used it, but like evolutionarily speaking, it like went away because we don't need it now. Yeah. Maybe it gave us like full circle.
I bet we had less. So like now we have a smaller spot. I bet back in the day we had a bigger, like a wider blank spot.
Oh yeah, because it would allow us to see better.
Yeah, and we're getting the cones as we go. You know what I mean?
Plus, I guess there was less shit around.
Yeah. For sure.
You didn't have to. That's why I always felt like that. That's why autism has become more prevalent, is because our brains now see more within like a 2-minute period than the Stone Age saw in a week. You know what I mean? We have to process more like visual, audio, more, touch, whatever that sensation is called. But all of that, we have more of that. So our brains have become this supercomputer of sensations. So, in the timeline, there's bound to be some type of screw up there. And I think, not saying autism is screwed up as a human, but I feel like, being in the evolution has just caused that because of all the information coming in. Because autism really, I mean, they're truly smart and they process a lot more than we do, but they just can't handle it. Oh, I can't handle it.
Absolutely.
Do they process more?
I
do they just get overwhelmed by what comes in?
Yeah. When it come out of my mouth, I was like, maybe it's just that it's that they can't handle.
I think it's just.
No, I mean, I don't know.
Because it's
I think you're right.
I think it's because it's processed differently. So like, I'm not going to try to give an example of that.
I was just picturing like down the road somebody like getting upset about like your interpretation. Like, it's just speculation. Come on, man.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not even going to try.
Along the lines of the eyeball shit, with like what we can see and what we can't see. I thought maybe that's why people could see ghosts and shit back in the day, and they were like talking to the bush gods and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because their eyes could pick up on that shit.
Right.
Fuck yeah, man. I wish I could get my eye back to that.
I always think about, like, you think about, like, in Egyptian times or even before that, and the Anunnaki and all that, how they, like, maybe we're just a de-evolved version of what they were. Maybe they were super evolved humans, and we're just getting dumber and dumber. Yeah.
And
It looks like we perceive it as, we're making all these advancements in like technology and stuff. Yeah. In reality,
we got flat screens.
Yeah, if
got them plasmas.
If like an old school Egyptian walked by, they'd be like, these fucking losers, dude. What?
Yeah. They could just project images like between the pyramids. So like we got a movie screen.
Yes. But we don't like brag about it.
Yeah. And we traveled into the future to get your good movies. We brought them back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, then we look like a bunch of drunk monkeys just slapping our dicks.
Yeah, well, they had to be drunk too. I figure they were doing a lot of dick slapping too.
No, they I was watching something the other day, but it was talking about how, like, back in those times, all they had were plant medicine. So they didn't have like cocaine, and they didn't process things the way we do. They didn't have morphine and stuff. They had opium, or things that were derived by plants. And people dismiss what a plant can do as far as like healing the body or whatever. And we kind of like, Western medicine, or what is it called when Is that it?
The Eastern shit.
Eastern, yeah.
Yeah, New Age.
New Age, mumbo jumbo.
Because we're the West. We're science.
We're science. We are science. No, but back then, man, that's all they had, and I think they did very well as far as us. I believe I had a grandfather that he passed away, right? But before that, 2 years before that, bro, he goes into the hospital. He had like lung issues and stuff like that. He was battling a lot of shit. He goes in. I mean, they fucking bombard him with all these medications, right? Pain medicine and this and that, whatever for the stuff, blood thinners, this and that. So he gets to a point in the hospital where they put him in hospice, right? And that's the place you go pretty much like, all right, well, we're writing him off. He's probably going to die.
That's your last drug trip.
And my dad was having the hardest time with it. And he went up to my grandpa and he said, hey, it's okay if you want to leave this earth. I got it from here. It's okay if you want to leave. And my grandpa looked at him and said, I want to go home. And he had said that, weeks prior. He's like, I want to go home. I want to go home. Yeah. And my dad told him it was okay to go home if you want. And he was like, no, I don't want to go to heaven, you dumbass. I want to go home.
You dumb shit. Put me in my house.
Yeah. And the hospital was writing him off. He goes home. Yeah. He stops taking the medication because he's like, it's making me tired. It's making me feel like shit. And, dude, he lived for another 2 or 3 years. Might have even been 5, and I can't remember the timeline. But I know it was years after he got out of hospice.
Yeah.
And then back on track. He got off all the medications and stuff like that. I feel like
death farms.
Yeah, I feel like the pharmacies and stuff like that, sometimes the medicine makes you worse. It makes you weaker. It makes you more susceptible to diseases.
I think that maybe hospice in that sense is the legal way for like Kevorkian shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like the legal, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, here, we're going to put you in hospice. You don't have a desire to live anymore. You ready to check out? Okay, we're not going to kill you. Yeah. You can die here.
You can die here with all these medications.
Bring it along.
Yeah. But then he got out because he had a desire to live, and then all was well.
So he lived for another fucking 2 to 5 years, man. It just blows me away.
2 to 5 years. Do you not remember how long the man was alive?
No, I don't, man. No. Every time I think about the timeline, I'm like, I don't know, man. But I know it was years. I know it was at least 2. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of times our medicines here, because they call it like they're practicing medicine, right? That's what they do. They're practicing medicine. Yeah. And what they're doing is throwing darts at a board until they hit something. When you come and present symptoms of some sort, because everybody's different, right. They're just like, all right, well, this has worked in the past. Let's try that. Yeah. That doesn't work. All right, well, back to the drawing board. Let's try this, right? Eventually, they may hit a bullseye or they may hit the wall and you'll die. So
your dealer's choice, basically.
Yeah. I hit the wall, pump them full of bleach.
I feel like back in the day, they were more in tune with consciousness. I was more in tune with the environment, with plant medicine, stuff like that. And they knew how to heal, and they knew how to change the thought process of the patient, right? Mm-hmm. And make the patient feel like they were going to get better, like life is going to get better, and it's all this hope and stuff like that. I feel like our science and our drugs and all that has drugged the hope out of this situation, and you don't get no hope. But here's a bunch of medications that probably will make you worse. Good luck.
Yes, good luck.
Good luck. I don't know.
No, man. I can agree with that completely, though.
But just think about that. Like, they didn't have cocaine. I feel bad for them. They didn't have opiates. I feel bad for them. Can you imagine being a slave laborer in Egypt and not being able to get fucked up when you got home at night after a 48-hour shift? And you have to be back in an hour?
Like, that's how things are... like stuff that you're like, how was this ever found that this is a thing? That's where drugs came from. They're like, I have to find I'm just going to eat everything around me.
I want to smoke everything. Eventually, they're just trying to kill themselves.
Something will work out.
I can't die eating these things. I'll just smoke them. I'll refine and snort them.
For sure, though. I don't know. But maybe we would have been better off if we never found a way to synthesize things of that. But like cocaine, all the fun drugs and stuff like that, if we just stuck to plant medicine, maybe we wouldn't have as many opiates. Like, I don't know what opium, like the natural opiate, is like. I've never had it because I've always had a synthesized version of it. maybe that isn't as addictive as like what they feed you, right? So maybe to get rid of pain, smoking opium, just straight from the plant, very mild and raw, right, is less addictive than that. Or chewing on a cocoa leaf is less addictive than
doing coke.
Yeah, the highly synthesized version, cocaine or crack.
Isn't that what the fucking explorers gave to the Indians? Opium?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they got all fucked up. And
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I still want it, but not in those quantities.
But they did. I know that cocaine. Well, the cocoa plant used to serve a purpose in the mountains because they worked at a higher altitude where the air was thinner. If you chew on the leaves, it allows you to absorb oxygen at a higher altitude where there's thin air.
Which is very cool.
So that comes into play because that's where you find that
How
plant.
would you ever find out that plant?
That's the shit that you would see like in Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Eat this when you're in the mountains. You'll be fine.
But it makes you wonder maybe if, the environment works with us. Nature works with us. So that happened. In the Amazon jungle, fucking miles away from each other, you find two trees, and if you get their roots and you put them together, it gets ayahuasca, and you're allowed to talk to the spirit world, right?
Yeah.
Who told them to do that? The forest did, right?
Yeah, because those plants are nowhere near each other.
Nowhere near each other in the
Listen
Amazon.
to the forest.
Yes.
So maybe, since we've stopped listening, I mean, like, it's amazing that bush grows in areas where they have to, their agriculture is in higher altitudes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a coincidence, right? And I know Afghanistan, places overseas, Middle East, is that what it's called?
Italy.
Places like that is where you find a majority of like opium and stuff like that. It grows in a different altitude than ours. Like the climate's a lot different than ours. I don't know. Maybe they knew like they'd have like Egyptian workers and stuff like that needed a break, or fucking like they're gonna break their back making a pyramid that nobody knows what it's for.
Pyramid ain't gonna build itself.
Don't get fucked up.
The aliens are on Mars today.
But maybe it's because we've stopped listening to the earth and stopped listening to nature. Maybe we have the cure for cancer sitting in our backyard. We just stopped listening.
Like, started watching YouTube.
Yeah, son of a bitches.
Fuck them trees. What's this guy gonna eat today?
No one's doing any damn videos on trees.
I also
since you guys want to become druids and talk to trees?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
game on.
I got to do a little more studying.
Like right now.
A little more studying. I didn't know you'd be okay with it. So
I expected to get ridiculed.
Convincing.
Shit. Berate you. So since you brought it up, I'm going to ask a question. Pose a question.
Shit up. What?
So.
Oh, you did it.
There's a lot of like videos on YouTube. Let's say,
right.
You brought up YouTube. YouTube was bought by Google, if I'm not mistaken, right? Google is like a mogul, like a tech mogul is Google, right? They own so much, and they're powered probably. Let's just guess that the biggest internet company is probably like backdoor ran by the elite, right? So let's just say hypothetically speaking,
if you run at the top website, you are the elite.
You are, yeah. So let's say hypothetically that YouTube is ran and operated by the elites, backdoor, like the behind the curtain, right?
I hope.
So all these people who follow these YouTube people that talk about all these conspiracies and all these off the wall, like, Trump's the savior, or just whatever. Even like the 9/11 stuff, right?
Aliens
anything like
or
that.
chupacabras.
JFK, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So do you honestly think that if they were truly right, if these conspiracies were like dead on the money, right? And they were really onto something that was really truthful, do you honestly think that the elite would allow somebody on YouTube to put that video out for the masses to connect with and get on? And if that person gained traction and a lot of viewers, do you not think that they would shut that account down and not allow you to put out anything, not even on that, but also on anything that had to do with Google, you wouldn't be able to search the guy on the internet.
Well, I think the elites have seen Conspiracy Theory, starring Mel Gibson, and they know how it's going to go. So like, we don't want to chase this guy around town, draw attention to ourselves. We'll just let him put it out.
We'll just let him put it away. But, you get what I'm saying,
Disagree.
though? Do you want it? Because they'll argue the point, which I'm cool with. That like CNN, MSNBC, and all these places are like ran by the elite, and they're lying to you, and they're just ruling the masses. But they own Google and they own YouTube. So do you think that they would allow anything to run if it was really spot on?
Yes,
if they had all the facts?
They just want the money.
I don't think that they would, because it's like it would be. What, one video? Like, well, I mean, I'm sure it would be more than one, but it's only one topic. They would definitely be fine without it. How many videos are on the internet?
Ooh. Why don't you look that up real quick?
Yeah.
27.
This is 1995.
All we have is AOL.
I find it hard to believe that anybody can truly, and that they're not like kicking in the dude's door. Like anybody could be on to something that like the truth seekers could be on to anything if it was really that closely to whatever conspiracy they're talking about.
You ever notice a lot of those dudes end up being pedophiles?
Ooh, that would be fucked up, right? The ones that are talking about the pedophile conspiracy, they're just trying to get the attention off of them. They're like, I fuck a lot of kids. I better do something to divert
Actually, I meant it was
attention.
because the government puts porn on their hard drive, but I like that too.
We went two different directions for sure.
It totally changed my perception of them. I was like, they're just truth seekers out there getting the blame put on them. But, there's a cabal of them.
Fucking kids.
Got a cage full of kids in the corner while they're fighting the cause.
I'm glad though. So I think I said this last time. Do you think that the pedophiles will come out of the woodwork now that we have a pedophile president? Or we're going to? I think I already posed this question. That sucks.
We kind of addressed it a little, but
I don't think it's so okay for a pedophile
I feel
these
like
days.
you made a joke about it, but we didn't dig into it.
I just feel like, but even with like the racist thing, they didn't really come out of the woodwork, but they felt like they could say the N-word
they were already
more
out
frequently.
Of the woodwork. They definitely had more marches and like gatherings than during Obama.
So do you think we'll see a lot of like
I take it back. I don't know.
Pedophilia is a sexual preference. You think we'll see a lot of that now?
What's coming?
Yeah, I think Biden will be like, "You're right, it is."
Oh, maybe they'll finally put the foot down on like the identification stuff and whatnot. They're like, oh, you can identify as whatever you want, use whatever bathroom you want.
Oh yeah,
that's fine. What, you want to identify as a 5-year-old kid, but you're 60?
Yeah.
We got to allow it. We got to be open-minded.
Right.
You think they're going to?
But then they're going to be like, oh man, pedophiles? No. We got to put the kibosh on that. That's not a thing. It'll be a fun run though.
It's not a thing.
Yeah, sometimes I forget about like what we talked before, but I think I brought that up. Like I don't know. It bugs me because I feel like with all the conspiracy theories out there, like you can't just walk through the world and think everybody's a fucking pedophile.
Right.
And they got me thinking that. Like I look at people that I've known and I'm like, you think they fucking have
they're
thoughts?
Definitely fucking kids over here. Yeah.
I think that's unfair to do for like my mental space and everybody else's, is to have them scared about like that. Like if you view the world like that, right, it powers this machine of corruption within the people. So say I get like 20,000 people. Let's just say that number. It's a very small number out of all the people in the world. 20,000 people, right? That's like an energy machine. 20,000 people thinking of one thing, or multiple conspiracy theories. All this bad and all this rotten bullshit, right? You got 20 people and they create this energy. Well, this energy catches on, and now you got 1 million people from the 20,000. And then that energy grows and grows and grows.
You're a node
until
in a network.
Everybody is cynical. Everybody doesn't trust everybody. Everybody is like, they go through the world just waiting for death. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, why not live in a happier mindset than that? There is evil out there, but I'm going to live and give off the energy of good.
Yeah.
So that will overcome. Don't let the pedophiles win by letting them take up space. But if one crosses your path and you see him grab a child's ass, beat the shit out of him.
Hit him with a stunner.
Then you can do something. But you sitting there, behind the keyboard and talking about like all these things you would do, just beat a pedophile up when he touches a kid's butt.
Punch fewer Nazis. They're ideologues. But these pedophiles, they're jamming logs.
Yeah, fuck me.
So go punch them.
Go punch them in the face.
I found one thing that said 7 billion on YouTube strictly.
Mm-hmm.
They cut it off at 7 billion. Strict.
There's some crazy numbers in here. So I'm not wearing my glasses. Let's see. YouTube gets over 30 million visitors per day in an average month.
That's kind of low.
Yeah,
right?
I thought it was going to be a lot higher.
I was thinking like 30 million per hour.
But that's just visitors. So, I mean,
that's true.
Yeah, they're hanging out. God only knows how many videos they're watching. Well, actually, I'm sure I can tell you how many.
It's probably on there.
No, and that's which I haven't got to watch the rest of it because it's like an hour-long episode. But there was an hour-long episode on Vice about how the government have these black book budgets and shit and hidden money to where when shit hits the fan, they don't protect the president or anybody. They protect themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Jeff Bezos is now in that group of people that protect themselves because they've built like underground bunkers. They built hideaways. They built whatever. I think people think like that government that they voted for gives a shit. And in reality, even which I perceive Vice because they do their homework. If they put out an episode like that, hopefully they're not just doing it for the views and they're actually onto something and telling you like the government has a black book budget to protect the people who make this world run. They don't give a shit about you, the guy that's in a van working on people's electric. They don't give a shit. Like they don't and I don't expect them to. Like why would they give a shit about me?
Yeah.
I'm not Jeff Bezos.
Keep the lights on, keep quiet.
Yeah, I only go to him because he's made so much money in the time that I've been alive.
He's rich as fuck.
Rich as fuck, dude. Why do you need all that money? Like,
if I had it, I would just tell you to shut the hell up.
Yeah,
I'd still do the podcast with you. But, fuck you.
That'd be cool.
You want $1 billion? Shut up.
Shut up. That's what you do. No,
I'm not gonna shut up. Well, fuck.
Well, shit.
How about some pizza?
Almost 5 billion videos are watched. Oh my God, it was
good
you.
It was good effort. I always forget until the end and I'm like, I'll just say it.
It was like you did a little burp. Rape.
Yeah, fuck me.
It's badass. I thought it was perfect. I didn't even notice because I'm just so used to hearing it.
Yeah. So here goes the brain working and it's magic.
It's just like, yes, it's rape burp.
Rape burp.
300 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute.
Holy fuck.
Almost.
Holy fuck.
There was this other.
So the reason they don't shut people down is because you can't see all of it.
It's too many.
It's
I will say something that I'm very.
Look, this is counting by. It's been 52 minutes, and that's how many videos have uploaded.
I'm very happy though that I've noticed that Facebook, ever since like the Russian thing that happened with Trump, ever since then they built this program, right? That anytime you upload something that it has no basis in fact, and you can't show fact for it, they'll attach a disclaimer that says, like, this is not based in fact, this is an opinion, whatever. And then, like, if you're talking about a subject and you have done this, like, you've tweaked the fucking program and you made it what you wanted and then put on there, like, CNN isn't showing this and here's why, right?
Well,
they'll
here's
post
CNN
something about
showing this.
Yeah, they'll post something about, like, where to find like the election info, where to find info for that thing that these people are like, oh, it's a conspiracy. They're fact checkers, like they're independent fact checkers on Facebook, and it flags those things that are coming out that are untrue. That came across like the Russians putting all the propaganda out about Hillary, and But I thought that was pretty cool. Like we need more of that. Like Sarah said, like doing the homework on the matter. now Facebook puts it there. So now it's the consumer's problem. If you listen to this shit and you go off the wall and you'll grab your AK and go shoot up a pizza place for no reason, it's on you, bro.
So they're probably weren't doing that well.
They're making Facebook more user-friendly for the boomers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I've noticed. We put our company on there and shit like that, but Facebook is so fucking ridiculous, man. And I try, I'll go to Instagram now and Reddit like you all do. But Facebook, man, is people showing their kids and their fucking nobody gives a motherfuck about your kids or your dog. And that's
a little about the dogs.
Well, that's their identity at this point, because that's the most viewed and liked thing on the internet across all platforms is dogs. I mean, not dogs, but pets.
Yeah.
And kids. It's the most widely. That's more people click on dogs and kids than anything else, right? So people, say if we had a kid, that becomes our identity, that kid or those pets or whatever, because we're getting liked, so we feel like it's us that did it. Oh, they like me? No, they don't. Your kid did a cute pose or something, or your pets were doing something funny. But you as a person, no, you fucking suck, because all you know how to do is post pictures of your kids. You're doing nothing of substance. And if you bring your fucking pets into Lowe's, you are a trash human.
Yes.
Do you do it? Do you do it?
No.
If you fucking
I'm
bring
not a
your
trash human.
If you fucking bring your pets into Lowe's, I'm telling you right now, if you bring your pet into public and take them in the store, you are a fucking trash human.
Yeah.
Unless it's a pet store.
No, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, then it's just annoying.
You're
right.
I walked into
acceptable,
Lowe's,
but we don't like you.
And these people, I've always said I get irate about that, because on the weekends, when I'm trying to do work on the weekends, I have a job to do.
Right.
I'm bombarded at Lowe's by these people who are like, "Ooh, we're doing a weekend project together."
I wonder why it's a thing, because we see it at Lowe's every time we go. Why is it a thing specific? So many people at Lowe's, they just think it's okay.
Because it's a warehouse. We've seen it in Walmart.
Yeah, the aisles are big enough.
Yeah, you have it's like a warehouse filled with the concrete and stuff. So if the dog messes, you can pick it up and shit.
If your dog can chew through that hammer, good on you.
Good. We'll give you a refund, even if you didn't buy it. But you give them. We went into Lowe's, or I went in Lowe's 2 days ago. And there's these fucking people in there, and they had dressed their little chihuahuas up in these tutus and shit, and taking them around, because I guarantee you they have nothing else going on in their life but these two fucking dogs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I do, because I think humans are becoming fucking irritating anyways. Maybe it's just because I'm getting older. I don't know. They're all fucking irritating.
Yeah, it can happen to everybody.
All the people driving like assholes and stuff. They're all trash people. They don't care about nobody else but their own shit. But nobody, and I repeat, nobody gives a fuck about your dog other than other people that have pets and babies, and they're like, check out all my life.
And I say even the majority of people, even then,
oh, they don't care about yours.
They don't care about it. They don't want to go to Lowe's and see that shit. They want to look at it online from the comfort of their home with their pet. They don't want to walk around Lowe's. Every once in a while, someone, I'm sure, gets excited. But
and if you have a service pet like that,
precious.
just precious. If you have a service pet, if I'm like, oh, this is my service pet, I have to take them to dine with me and go to Lowe's.
I can't see. This is my service pet.
That's okay. Yeah. But if you do it just because you're emotional distress, fucking kill yourself. Because at this point, if you need a little puppy, kill yourself. Right?
Yeah, or a big
We don't
puppy.
need you anyways.
Through all of this, I was thinking, God, I wish I could take Chainsaw with me everywhere.
Yeah. I was on the way over here. I was daydreaming about taking Coop to everything.
To everything.
Just get him a little jacket, So let's go, man.
I want to get Jax a little. I found a couch sweater. And it's exactly I sent it to Kristen, and she said that sweater looks like his sweater, the gray one.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was identical.
His old man sweater.
I want it.
Yeah.
For the cat.
Obviously.
Wouldn't it be great if the cat matched couch?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty badass. Yeah.
This is your god now. Look to him for your ideas and your way.
I guess though the difference, I would definitely put her in a sweater, but I wouldn't take them anywhere. That's one. It's more dangerous. Like driving around with an animal in the vehicle, it's dangerous for you, everyone else on the road, and that animal. Most people don't keep their pet in a carrier, which is a fucking problem.
I almost let him out on the way home.
No,
I had a fantasy about trying to get it back in it.
Yeah.
No, it's
terrible.
not gonna happen. And then what if they go under the pedals? Because they absolutely will.
Oh yeah,
100%. They're going under
place.
that shit. Yes.
It's a little hot out.
Yeah. Don't ever let them out.
Throw it in cruise and hope for the best.
Right. I always buckle them in.
Yeah.
The carrier's in the seat and buckled in. Because my God, if the majority of wrecks, like deaths, are caused because of lack of seatbelt to a human, imagine what that would do to a cat or dog.
Oh, they would live. They would, right?
Like, oh, this is so fun. I bet more dogs. I bet more dogs would survive than cats. Cats would be too stressed out and tense. Cats would
I was thinking
die.
They just instinctively dig
I
their claws.
I can almost bet an entire paycheck on the fact that if we were to take the podcast, right? We have the podcast, but the intro picture is of like some goofy, stupid pet.
We would absolutely.
And then the headline says episode 85, funny cat videos, right? I guarantee you we'll have more views
done this yet?
than we would if we fucking, do what we do.
I think eventually they'd catch on.
Well, yeah, but now they're listening, so hopefully they'd like it and they'd continue listening.
I feel like they'd just get pissed.
That's all right. We don't need them.
Sure.
I'm not listening to these fuckers. Alt-right motherfuckers.
I know.
What? Get out of here.
And then they get to this part and they would definitely stop listening immediately.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be like, fuck them. I like to take my
I
dog
like my
everywhere.
No, dude, I don't know.
It is really irritating, though.
I think it's irritating all the way around for people that are so self-involved. Like I don't think that a lot of people, most people, recognize that there's other people in the world. Like you're just a player in their movie, and they're just like they're the only thing that matters. I don't know where we progress to people where it's just about you, and then like nobody else matters, right? Like I just don't understand that.
I feel like it was a very gradual, over many, many years that it happened, and it sucks.
Yeah, and maybe that's the way we were taught through the Industrial Revolution and stuff. It was about social class. Like, we're making all these products that you could buy, and if you do, you're the head of whatever social ladder you're a part of because you got the most stuff and the biggest yard and the greenest grass.
So I feel like that was the rich elites just bringing us into a new way of life. They're like, here, step up your game a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it comes off as brainwashing because it went awry in some ways.
Yeah, but they didn't play out the whole card, did they?
Yeah.
No.
They didn't.
They didn't. They were like, they half-assed the plan like they do most things. I wish I was a politician. I mean, I'd be great, because at least I think, at least one step beyond the decision I make, right? So at least, I wouldn't be just, throwing darts at a board. I would be thinking, one outcome after the thing that I reacted to, right? Uh-huh. So I would drop a bomb, but I would also think, what if we get a bomb drop back on us? What if they infiltrate
so then you
the
build
US
a force field
and hijack a plane and run that plane in the building, right? That's a thought. Yeah. They could have thought about that. They could have thought about that, but they didn't. They were just like, we're not going to have any consequences. Because we're America.
This is what we do.
This is what we do, and they know that.
Fucking great.
They know that when they said some shit on BBC or...
ABC.
ABC. I don't know, man. I think, though, and that's the thing, it makes you not even want to fucking go and be around people. Because it's hard to, find the people that also care about community and people and somebody other than themselves. Most of those people are at home fuck going out. I'm not dealing with these shithead motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, though. Maybe that's just cynical and I need to, kind of
I feel like
open my mind up.
Half of the population is that way.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
And then, then it's just luck of the draw at that point.
Mm.
And most people, it depends on the mood you catch them in. So,
mood heavily.
I would like to, if Canada would let me in, go to Canada for at least, like a year. That'd be cool. Not at least a year. That's overbearing. That's stupid. How about like a month? Let's go a month.
Yeah.
Right? And see how they live.
Stupid.
Even Mexico, I feel like...
that's a big difference, buddy.
Well, I mean, I just
Go to
feel
Canada.
like they got free healthcare too, right? Or cheaper healthcare.
If you go to the mafia.
Well, yeah, why not?
Let's just say Canada.
You
I
want
want
to
see. I want to see how their people interact with each other compared to. I went to Atlanta, Georgia, one time, and you always hear, "Oh, Southern Comfort, Southern Comfort." Dude, I'm telling you what, right now, the nicest people I've ever met in my life, and they couldn't be no more different than me, as culture and all that, right? Sat at a bar, and 4 out of the maybe 10 people that were at that bar as well, including the male bartender, gave me a free drink because I was from out of town. I was working. Gave me a free drink, bought me a drink, drinks on them, blah blah blah. Yeah. And this is like at an Applebee's. It wasn't like a bar and these are just drunks. You know what I mean? I was just sitting there eating dinner, and I just got done talking to her. But the nicest people. I mean, they wanted to know where I came from, how was it up there, Louisville, all that shit, right? The nicest people, and I'm like, why isn't this everywhere? I don't know if it's just specific to that Applebee's I went to, or like Georgia itself. Like, are all Georgians?
Was that like a Wednesday?
It was the middle of the week.
It was the middle of the week, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a weekend.
Habitual Applebee's drinkers in the South.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a traveler.
They're the best people.
Load him up.
You
want some chicken fingers?
Dude, I've never seen nothing like. I felt like it made me feel like a celebrity.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you know what I mean? It's hard to find nice people, and when it happened, dude, I was just like, I want to buy them a house.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I owe you for this beer.
Hey, but look, like someone being so kind to you made you in turn feel like, oh God, I want to do something so nice for these people because they're great.
Yeah.
Right.
If people would treat people that way instead of, this asshole fucking cut me off, so I'm gonna fuck everybody's day out. I'm like, it just rolls one way or the other.
That's why I told you it'd be nice to do like an experiment, like who can be the nicest within this, like the nicest month, right? And we'll pick like April or like March.
Let's do February.
Do February work?
Because it's short.
Yeah.
You're a dick.
Okay. Because we don't want to shoot too high. 2 extra days would suck dick to do. But
well, plus we could go with Dave Chappelle's new idea, like spreading kindness and shit.
Yeah.
Did you see his Saturday Night Live monologue?
No.
So he was talking about. He was like, this is what I want to like change the world. He's like, just for no reason. He started out. He was like, just do something nice for somebody. He's like, for extra bonus points, do it to somebody black, and for no reason at all. Because if people can make their lives harder and like be racist and shit for no reason, why not do something nice for no reason?
Absolutely. It's a great idea.
Here you go, black guy, here's some candy.
But that's what
candy.
we talked about, and within that month, like people compete at who can be the nicest. So if somebody does something nice for you, you have to do 2 times whatever they did for you to somebody else, and so on and so forth. How much can you give away from your life, your time, or your money to make somebody else's day? Like, and everybody try to do it, right? It's like a national, holiday month.
Yeah.
And everybody does it. Where you'd be in little to no time at all compared to what we are now in this constant battle of who's the best, who has the most candy in their basket, like the game wins. That's why I brought back candy. Circling back to it.
Look at you. You're such a good host.
Whoever, like, you know what I mean? There is no winner. The winner is just gaining that happiness of doing something good for somebody. But, you know what I mean? We compete at who can do more good for one other person.
What do we win?
Nothing. You win love and compassion.
That's why you wanted to do it.
And life and livelihood. Everything.
I don't want to do it for long, and I want to win something.
Exactly our point. When did we become so self-centered?
Oh, speaking of self-centered, remember when Trump was like, I'm holding all the stimulus checks until I get voted in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are those at? Like, I know he didn't get voted in.
Oh, he never had them motherfuckers at all.
He didn't have them anyways.
No.
He was trying to get people to vote. What a fucking trash human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely ridiculous.
It's a solid approach, but trash human approach.
He's like, he's like behind cameras laughing. I didn't even try to get another one.
Didn't he say some shit about having like indictments on people too that were going to happen if he got voted in?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
he was going to release the list and lock all these people up that are pedophiles.
But you can't do that now since you lost.
No.
Like, bro.
Yeah. I'm not here to be decent.
I don't care if the world's better. I just want me to be the president.
Here for power.
Do you think he'll go back to The Apprentice?
No, I think he'll have something more politically driven.
I was gonna like a president style. Like maybe he's like the president on the show because he couldn't be it in real life.
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea.
I was thinking it was gonna be like a topical like news thing.
Oh,
and he was just gonna preach for 20
it was
minutes.
Sitcom.
Would he do a sitcom? It would be awesome.
He's too good for that.
Where he plays the president, he can write everybody's part. I mean,
that would be like the ultimate like cool thing. He comes out, people love it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "See, don't you wish you would have voted me back in?"
Since this is a hypothetical show, like
it's like I was being a dickhead for funsies. I'm a great guy.
You know what would be awesome and what would make the show really pop is the fact that everything that he says he's going to do in the show, he does.
Yeah, dude.
Right?
Oh, my God.
And then, I mean...
And he has a Mexican neighbor and he starts building a fence. And he gives the guy a bill.
I hate Carlos. He's all the time in my ear about stuff.
But they have cookouts all the time and shit.
Yes.
I don't know, dude. I just want to see where all this goes since, like, he's not the president. I want to see where all this madness goes, like the indictments or this stuff. I just want to, I feel like, though, like I said, with the protests, everybody was on that, and that's all you heard about. The presidency, everybody heard about that. The QAnon shit and all the people coming out like, he's our savior, blah, blah, blah. He has to win. These people, China's going to take over. All that shit, all that's going to fade away, too. The people running those accounts, they're not going to get views anymore because they realize that Trump didn't win and he's not our savior. So where does our attention go next? That's the question. You got to jump on that. Where's the attention go next?
I don't know. Probably Joe Biden hanging out with Obama.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Attention, everybody. The world's still okay. And then the conservatives are going to be all, the world's fucked. We've never been more doomed and divided.
Yes.
Take this olive branch, you hippie.
I was truly surprised, man. I had that older client that at first glance would think that he was like on board with Trump and like, I'm going to say it, like he looks like he could be a racist, right? And in general, no.
He is the typical, like,
he has that look.
Old man look about him.
I only buy Fords and I only, you know what I mean?
Not that way at all.
No,
a lot of flannel and or denim.
Absolutely. Both, actually. When I pictured him, he was in denim with a flannel shirt. So.
Yeah, good deal.
He's seriously fucking like liberal on his views and stuff like that. He had his thoughts about Trump. It was like he needs to be out, and, racism, and he's cool with like, abortion, women's choices on their own body, like all this stuff. Like it doesn't appear that would be the way he thinks, and it's refreshing to see that, like especially in an older man, like in his 70s and 80s, it's fucking cool to see that. Whereas like the rest of the world, like all these old dudes are like racist as fuck. And they're like, no abortions, God is life. Choose life.
His life.
And if God is life, he can't really be flushed out with a simple abortion, can he?
But can he though? Live on forever.
Yeah. Out there. He'll just come to this world as another baby.
I guess, dude.
A better baby.
Depending on how this thing goes, I need to learn how to give abortions, though, for sure. Because if they make it illegal, like, I'm definitely doing it for people.
I feel like a technician.
Rape victims, not like other people. I
feel like an ER technician could easily perform an abortion. It's just knowledge of a tool. I mean, and of course the anatomy,
like wink,
but yeah.
Like steam cleaning you'll do this some carpet, you know. You watch a training video, you get at it.
I had a
stain cleaning carpet.
I had an ex-girlfriend that her mom was a drug addict. So one time she had dropped a TV on herself to go to the ER to get pain medicine. Lo and behold, they didn't give her any because she didn't break anything. She should have dropped a bigger TV. But
or done it better.
Can you imagine women like dropping a TV on themselves and like going to the ER and like, come on, doc. While you're in there fixing my finger, could you also give me an abortion? Say there was a complication.
Have a complication, please, in my vagina.
I know I just got a broken finger, but hear me out.
Put some acid in there. Can we just melt this thing?
Just melt the fucking uterus out. Oh, but anybody who says that, like anybody that's on that whole abortion's wrong and choose life, like like a fucking drug addict bitch should not have 12 kids that she does not have. I mean, you complain about your tax dollars and everything. Do you want tax dollars going to 12 illegitimate children that this lady has lost the custody to? Like, think about these things, you stupid retard. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, well, and really, if anyone, even if they have custody of all their children and they get pregnant and they're not financially stable or they just don't want to.
Yeah, for sure.
You can have this baby, but we're taking 2 of your kids.
Fine.
And we're putting them in the farm.
Get them out.
Yeah.
Get them out of here.
We're going to be taking care of all those dead pets.
If you're going to take 2 of these, can I just keep the one in my belly?
Nope.
Can I pick 2 of these for you to remove from my home, please?
I don't know, man. That's one of the arguments that I can't believe. And that's when I was at that lady's house and that the show was going where people can call about their opinions. Like, that kept popping up. And it just baffled me how stupid they said it. Abortion, and God says it's wrong, and I'm a Christian, and all this stuff. And I'm just like, you haven't thought this out. Like, if somebody raped you, you shouldn't be forced to have that rapist baby.
God said keep the babies in the box.
And it costs a lot for citizens and taxpayer dollars to take care of children that were conceived when they really should have at 12.
Yeah. Well, they don't.
And I only say that because we know that
numbers.
personally.
It doesn't
12
exist.
fucking babies, and you have a custody of not one of them. Like, something needs to change in that aspect.
It's like you want to save all the babies, but you don't want some of them raised by crackheads. You can't have it both ways. Crackheads are going to have babies.
They deserve those babies.
Steal the babies. We'll raise them. This is God's country. We could be a village. No, we can't.
God's country where we go around stealing children.
It's for a good cause.
Because we think we deserve them and you don't.
I don't know. What are we going to do about the world, man?
I'm just going to let it turn, man.
For sure.
Let it burn, man.
That's why I'm afraid to, like, really move out and go get more land. Like, because if somebody takes over us, if somebody moves in and they change the laws, like, they can take land that you own if they want. Like, they don't have to ask you about it. They just
but then you should just get a gun, take out 1 or 2 of them before you go.
Yeah, I guess so. That'd be a pretty good.
If that's the kind of world we live in.
Take it.
You want my land? Take my land. He's put on a Samuel L. mixtape and get it going. Yeah.
Call it a day.
Nice, man. I don't know. It's just scary to see. I think though, after all the dust is settled, and let's see what another guy has to offer to the government. Maybe he's just a weird old dude. Let's give him. We gave Trump a break. We've seen what he was about, and it's like it blew up in our faces. Now let's just see what this child sniffer. Maybe he just likes the way children smell. Like, I like the way my cat smells.
People do talk about like babies' heads and shit.
Yeah,
maybe he's just thinking, it's the closest thing to a baby I've seen for a while.
They do smell like fresh baby.
He's so old, man. Maybe he's just an affectionate guy. Maybe he's just like, he don't even know what he's doing. It's almost like lightweight Alzheimer's, and he's just like.
I haven't even seen this picture or video or whatever of him sniffing this child.
Oh yeah,
there's a bunch.
Sniffed,
yeah. There's a bunch.
Yeah, he's a sniffer.
Yeah, he's done it to a bunch. And the kid, you can see the look on the kid's face is like, this fucking weirdo.
But at the same time, I can't say I wouldn't do it.
Right. Well, exactly.
But I mean, I'd be fucking around.
Well, yeah.
Just say he's not.
Well,
he can just have a better straight face than me.
Like he said that, he's an older guy. Maybe that's just how he, he's affectionate. Yeah. He likes how babies smell.
They were sniffing kids
Sniff
in
away.
the 30s, you know.
Not all uncles
I know people who sniff children.
Right. You know, not all grandpas are touchy-feely.
Not everybody that gives you candy is going to rape you in a van.
That's right.
They don't all put razor blades in candy bars. You know
we sniff our damn cats.
That's what I was saying, man. Like, I like the way my cat smells because I don't know.
He smells like a baby fresh.
I sniff my own shits.
Yeah.
To see what you made.
Sometimes you have to. Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I put my hands on my balls and then I sniff just to make sure that I'm still fresh.
But sniffing kids is weird.
Right. It's a problem.
Motherfucker's out here smelling his balls.
I say, though, give the guy a break. We gave Trump a break, right? So for the Trump supporters who are all mad and up in arms, we just need to give the guy a break. Let's see what he has to offer. And I mean, if it goes to hell, it was going to hell anyways. So maybe he fast tracks it a bit. Who cares, dude? Like, just load up on pain medicine or bullets to kill yourself,
or both.
Or both. You can do both. But no, man, that wraps up this episode. We ate before the podcast, so we're all fucking beat, dude.
Not hungry.
Yeah.
I'm not hungry at all.
I woke
up before the sun.
I kind of ended that. Did you all have something?
I was thinking, there's no thumbs up.
Yeah, I didn't even.
I want to yell about affirmative action, but I don't care. It's
there was that thing that you wanted to talk about. That was that article you wanted to yell about.
Yeah. Well, I kind of thought that, you know, there would be some kind of spin or like twist to it, where it's like, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, but.
So what? No. What was it?
Well, you know, in California, they voted they want to bring back. They wanted to try to bring back affirmative action.
Shit.
It was like in '96. Apparently, they got rid of it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't so much like, oh, you can discriminate now if you want. It was just they didn't consider race and all that shit.
Right.
So they decided they wanted to vote to bring that back to where like you have to have
a certain
so many Mexicans, so many black people, so many women, all this shit.
Okay.
And that just pissed me off.
Well,
does it really make sense? It's like a transitionary thing from
what it was,
mad oppression, you know, and segregation and shit. But at this point, it's not a matter of finding equal footing because they tried to sell it as equal opportunity employment.
Right.
But if you're required to have so many, then you're just undercutting people that are actually qualified.
Right.
Yeah.
And to be quote unquote progressive and to vote for something like that at this point, it just seems stupid. It's like, let's give people advantages now.
Yeah.
So if they have too many of any race,
right?
What happens? I mean,
nothing. You
like
can never have too many minorities.
What if you don't have, like, I'm sorry, the way I saw it in my head was you have too many of this group, so therefore you don't have you don't have enough of this one over here. Like, what? I guess my question should have been, what happens if you have too few?
Oh, you have to hire.
Oh, yeah, but like for how long? Or what?
Until the quota's made. I'm sure they have like a cap of how many you have.
So you could be open forever, and they could say we don't have any Mexicans because we can't find any, and they can just like not hire because they don't want to, right?
I think it falls under that too because you're an equal opportunity employer. So that means that if they're not forced into the option. If they can't find a Mexican or a African American or anything to fit the position, a minority, we'll just say that, which they're not, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah. If they can't find one that fits the positions, it's not on them. You know what I mean? You can't create a job within a company that doesn't exist, that isn't beneficial, just to give a minority a position. So I get what you're saying.
I just think of it like politics when somebody like runs for a seat uncontested. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, well, there's one Mexican that applied for this job. Give it to him.
Right.
That's the guy.
Who cares? He's qualified.
No qualification needed. Yeah, I think that's a little. I think you're right too, and it gives that advantage where there shouldn't be one. Because we've moved beyond that. Like, yes, you shouldn't depend on, like, the race of whether you hire somebody or not. We already know that. Or male or female. We know that. So why bring that back? Now we're kind of reverting back to an old way of thinking. Like, we
have to have this law because otherwise these people won't be hired.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
But is that the fault of the minority of the person, the people that are out there, or is it the fault of the company? Is the thing like, are the people just not trying hard enough? So they're like, well, we got to give them an advantage because if not, they're never going to find a job.
I wonder why
or is it the company not doing it?
Yeah, why they decide to try and bring this back? Because do they feel it's not being met? Or
maybe the
I don't know
minorities
why
were feeling like that.
to.
Huh.
Maybe minorities were feeling like, oh, they're not hiring a certain amount of.
Yeah.
There was something I was watching about the cannabis industry where, you know, California makes it legal, right? But you have, in general, I mean, it's widely known, like African Americans have a deep culture within the cannabis industry. Like they've been selling it for a while, or they know it, they've been growing it for a while. And then when these corporations moved in and made it super hard for minorities to get licenses, they got pushed out. So the people who know the culture and know the substance better than anybody else got pushed out by people who really don't, and they just have money. So now they're trying to bring back laws that allows these people back in and have that equal fight with the corporations. So I don't know if it has anything to do with along those lines, like maybe they just didn't have a dog in the fight because these corporations didn't want minorities. So they knew that, but how are we going to make these companies push them into allowing these minorities in, right? Yeah. So maybe I don't know. That's a rough one.
It's odd.
There was a dude. He went to one of the schools out there, and he was mad that like half the faculty was white, and he was like, I don't know, some minority guy, and he was mad that the professors at that school didn't represent his ethnicity. So he wanted to vote to bring back affirmative action rather than go to a school that has faculty that reflects what he wants.
Right.
He wants to go somewhere else and have the world changed around him.
Oh, yeah. That's
and that mentality is fucking stupid.
It is. It's basically just wanting to like who you're looking at is what, I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know about you all, but I don't care if I was in school, if every single one of my teachers was not white, I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't be like, man, I wish there were. But, I mean, maybe it's because we're white. Maybe we've never had to want.
I don't, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's how I think about it.
I think
if I wouldn't get stabbed, I'd have no problem going to an all-black school. You know?
I think we have to put that out there, too, like our opinion is based on our skin tone, like what we've dealt with as far as our race, right? Yeah. We've never been a minority. We're turning into the minority, but we've never been that oppressed minority. So I don't know what it is like to apply for a job as a black man or a Mexican man or, you know, an Indian, a Muslim, anything like that. I don't know. Yeah. So maybe it is, I mean, substantially, maybe they look at them differently when they come in to apply. Like,
I mean, there are differences. And, you know, there are cases, obviously, where it sucks and, you know, they get fucked for no reason. But I was listening to a Sam Harris podcast, and there's this dude on there. He was talking about, like, education and shit and racial imbalances and whatnot. And he teaches at, I forget what school, but, you know, he teaches some shit. And he said he's heard, like, minority kids around campus where, like, if they want to be rocket scientists, like, instead of working harder, they just want the requirements to be a rocket scientist lowered.
Oh, no.
Like, to meet their study habits.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
And he's like, it's this mentality where it's like, oh, no, just change the rules.
Everybody gets a trophy.
That way I can get in and do this instead of working harder. Yeah. I mean, it's not representative of everybody.
Right.
But the guy that was saying this is a black dude.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was talking about the inequality shit there.
It's fucking rough.
But he was like, it's also the mental outlook on things.
Yeah. Well, that's I still go back to that Lil Wayne interview, and it's recently, but the interviewer asked him, she was like, what are you doing for Black Lives Matter? And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she was like, well, with all this going on and black people being oppressed, he was like, I don't talk about this dumb shit. I ain't got nothing to do with what those people are doing. He was like, do you honestly think that if it was that hard for a black man in America that I'd be able to rap about what I rap about and get paid millions. He was like, don't come at me with that shit because it's the truth.
He's like, I'm not the right person for this conversation. I mean,
he was
all.
straight. He shut the interview. He was like, I'm done with the interview. He got up because he's like, we're out of here because she brought that up and was like trying to drive it home.
Yeah.
And it's the same when you talk to a lot of minorities in interviews. They're not really, they all say the same thing. It was like, it's not as unequal as you believe it is, because if it was, I wouldn't be here right now rapping or acting or whatever.
And people, for the most part, people don't talk to Lil Wayne about being black because he's black. Like he's not just walking around like, I'm a black man, like doing things in life. He doesn't give a fuck that he's a black man. He's probably so much more to his identity than just being.
Point,
and I am the spokesperson for, I'm sure people all over the world are tired of being the spokesperson for their race.
Yeah.
I'd love to be a spokesperson for white people.
I think you'd be a great one.
That'd be rough. Be shutting a lot of people down.
Yeah.
Hurting a lot of white people's feelings.
But it's just
white people.
Pussy-ass white people.
That's just
I
part
do that
of
all the time and I hate it.
It's truly upsetting. I love these pens.
Pens.
But no, it just seems silly to me to continue to speak to
Open it
people
up
as
like
if they're
that,
not just humans. So we're going to talk about the...
Oh, we got to.
Yeah.
What does your human side say?
Yeah, we have to push this interview in a direction and have a point.
Well, it's political, so we need to
Let's do
fucking do this. Like,
everybody's talking about it.
Really happy that he ended that shit.
Maybe if they do it enough,
in the best
like
way.
the bottom of the barrel people will finally start to get tired of it too.
Yeah.
It's like whenever like if I get in a certain mood, I guess, just dive in, listen to music that has to do with that. I come out, I'm like, all right, I'm tired of this now.
Yeah.
And then I'm on with it. Maybe that's happening with racial shit.
Yeah. I think so, man.
But maybe it's not.
Migrating to that point. You still have the groups of people that are stuck in that way, but a lot of rappers will say the same thing. I chose to not do the street thing and focus on music and go to the studio instead of out in the street or on the corner. Like, it's that choice to do different. And some people, it is like you just said, they want to lower the rules so that they can match it. Like, that's cheating, right?
It's like people play video games on easy.
Yeah, all these people
using cheat codes
that made it big, they chose to excel in whatever it is that they did. They were gonna achieve no matter what. That's where you need to be. Even like, and I always bring up Eric Thomas in that sense. Like, he was like, I speak and I get paid millions to do so. That there is no equality inequality in America as far as that's concerned. If you're good, you're good.
Right.
If you can do it, you can do it. But don't fucking rely on some
what are his
affirmative
qualifications? Who the hell is this guy?
I'm gonna murder you.
But got him another
I thought we got past it. We haven't gotten past it.
I thought about saying
your
something
eye.
immediately, and then I was like, no, just wait.
Let it sit.
Yeah, I'll
You're
hit
like,
with it in a minute.
Just let them think that it's over.
Yeah, it's over. We've moved past it. Psych.
Oh. No, man, I don't know.
Ooh.
Definitely playing by the rules is best. But, and I even have family members that are the same way. And they're like, oh, I'm not black. And, I've went through this and nobody's giving me anything. I'm like, yeah, but I see your choices through the outside looking in. And it's your choices that brought you here.
Right.
It is not the other way around. And you can't put yourself on that level. You just made the choices that put you in this position. Don't fucking don't say the system's fucked.
Right. Well,
you're fucked.
You have the characteristics of someone that people don't want to be with. Like, you're a victim.
Victim.
That's like the number one characteristic that no
and
one fucking likes.
There's a lot of victims though out there that will gang together.
Right.
They'll get together and be like, we're all victims. Like, let's all talk about it. And they're correct in their group. They're correct. They're right.
Preach to the choir. Let them prop me up.
Yeah. And they're like probably the coolest person in that group of people. Whatever.
I'm the biggest victim. No, I'm the biggest victim. Everyone, Debbie is the biggest victim. yes, she is. Right. Yes.
I thought Becky was so. Becky,
dude.
Debbie. So close. Okay.
That's
awesome,
fine.
man. Thank you for that. That I didn't know that. You didn't send me that article, so I'm glad to hear about that.
I got lost in the mail.
It got lost in the mail.
My husband.
I don't know.
I'm
sorry. I like to keep one of you in the dark.
I like how my wife takes up for me, though.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Plus, I
Look
assume
how
you guys will
sexy
talk.
he is in this. We don't talk about everything.
Looking all hot and shit.
We're not those people.
We ain't them people.
Maybe talk about what I send.
Nope.
Can you be those people?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe talk about me a little bit?
We cannot.
Nah.
We never. Once you walk out of that house, you're dead to us until you
Dead.
walk back in the house.
You
Dead.
guys got me a birthday present.
Yeah, dude. For this episode, it had passed on Wednesday. Good old Ian Brock, dude. You are now
Charity 7.
37.
I'm 37?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You said that to me. I asked you if you're 36.
Yeah.
You said 37.
You're 37.
37.
Yeah, man. Happy
Born in
birthday.
No,
83.
it's from Clerks, you know.
Oh.
It's like, you've sucked 36 dicks. Actually, it's 37. I'm 37?
It's awesome.
Damn it, dude. Yeah, man. Happy birthday. And I'm only saying for those people, if you put in the comments, happy birthday to this ugly motherfucker.
You'll get nothing and like it.
That's right.
It's very nice to see another
But
year.
you won something.
Yeah, give me some.
Another year with you. We don't all make it to 30. We don't all make it to our next birthday. You know, so I'm very glad you did.
Some of us die.
Thanks.
Yeah, I hope you see 70
Some of
more
us
of them.
die. No, don't you wish that on me.
Oh, come on.
70 more. It makes you like somewhere around 106, bro.
Come
Nice.
on.
Come on,
Come
man.
Nah, man.
Live it up.
69.
Is
That's
that-
like you
ooh,
went 69
yeah.
more years.
No.
I know.
I don't know. I want to hit the dirty old man phase. Have a couple good years of that. And,
Yeah. And then out.
Wait.
Like, I want to see the universe after that, bro.
Yeah.
Take me out.
What do you
Float
want on
about
your headstone?
Mars. I don't know.
You got
You haven't
time
thought
to
about that?
I
decide.
haven't thought about it.
Damn, you should get 69 written on it.
Oh, God.
You're going to live
I
to
don't know.
96.
Something about
so-
eating ass.
Right.
Yeah, definitely about that.
Get off my grass, eat my ass.
Oh, my grass.
Something ODB said. Oh, I wanted to bring it, like, you're talking about, what the fuck, talking to Lil Wayne and shit, you know?
Yeah.
The time the lady asked ODB, like, what are you doing to give back to the community? And he said, nothing.
Just straight up
shit.
nothing.
Straight up nothing.
That's beautiful.
And he
Love to be
cashed
that
a welfare check while he was in Wu-Tang making bank.
Badass.
Yeah.
ODB.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Anyway, yeah.
That was episode
Sorry.
85.
It's actually ended now.
No, dude. If you made it this far, we appreciate you listening. I guess I got to give disclaimers in the fact that this is opinion based.
Right.
We don't have the facts. Some things that we know they're factual, but even facts could be wrong.
Right.
Just so you know,
Look at science.
we
I don't look up facts. Fuck them.
we don't have a political, racial, or religious
I am biased
standpoint.
in all of those categories.
We're very biased. We don't give a shit. We're very liberal in our moral beliefs.
I'm conservative. No, I'm just joking. I was hoping he'd say it.
I'm neither.
So we don't really give a fuck. And if you hear something out here you don't like, don't take it personal.
If you
because-
can't tell by now, we don't give a fuck. Fuck yourself.
yeah.
Did you listen to anything?
I would
Anything.
say the last ones, if they haven't shown you that we just don't give a fuck about nothing, I don't know what will, and you're probably alone on your island. So
we need to do this at the beginning of every single
The
episode.
disclaimer
Oh, we
is
can do
best at the beginning.
Yeah.
cool, man. We can do
I
that.
love that idea.
No, episode 85. Like, comment, share. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks.
Skibbity bop bop bop, skip scat scat, skibbity bop bop bop.
Wildly uninteresting podcast.
I'm on the microphone.